Hey everybody, welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. I'm going to try this video again for the 100th freaking time. Uh, I'm using StreamYard just like when I went live, and I'm even having glitches with the mic, glitches with the video. If this thing persists, I'll scrap all this geekness. I'll go back to the way I had it. At least whatever I did a video on, it did what it was supposed to do. But anyway, I'm working on something that I'm calling the mutation. It's called the mutation. Okay. Um, I'm going to leave that there for a second. The reason why I'm calling it a mutation because it's a little bit of John's headless horseman, a little bit of Crappy the Craps Man, the safest way to play, where he bounces back and forth between come, don't pass, and then a little bit of me, how I like it. Okay. Uh, and how I'm setting up my rack and how I'm doing it. So it's a little bit of all of us. And I think it's very, very safe. I've rolled this out, well, hell, for the camera, and it's glitched on me probably 5 times. I've won every single time so far. However, sometimes you only win 100, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. You're not going to win a ton, but you ain't going to lose a ton either. Okay. A lot of times it's, even how this works out. Um, Here's the thing. If you don't like this strategy, it's going to be because of the options that you have. And it's going to require you to think. It's very simple to do what I'm fixing to do, but you got to think. All right. Some people just want it very robotic, very mechanical. ABC, ABC, that's it. And that's fine. I love easy. Okay. I love simple. You guys know that. But this is simple, but it lets you think a little bit. Okay. Um, so, first of all, let's look at the rack. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, five shooters. Okay. 5 shooters of 7 chips each. 7. There's a reason for 7. All right. Here's why. 7 chips. Now, if you're playing at $5 level or bubble craps level, you only need 100 and some odd dollars, because they would be 7. You'd be sitting at $35 right there. Well, if we calculate, you got 35 total chips. 7 times 5 is 35. 35 at the $5 level, you'd only need a bankroll of $175. For you guys that like bubble or very, very, very low, uh, buy-ins, there you go. If you were doing $10 a shot, like I'm going to do it, you'd need 350. If you were doing quarters, you would need $875. But with hundreds, you need like 3,500. All right. I've always been a fan of a bigger bankroll if you can, so you don't have to stay on the table very long at all. It's all about getting a couple dollars and getting out. Okay. So that's a me thing in this mutation. All right. So I'll try to explain it as I go. I've explained this 10 freaking times. It's just, I hope. And if you're seeing it on YouTube, I figured out how to get it to YouTube. So there's our 7. All right. I'm going to start out with the don't pass. Decision 1, you could actually start out with a pass. And as I roll this out, you'll be able to figure out how you would actually do it. It's really pretty easy. I'm starting out with the don't pass. Now, here's one reason I got 7. I want 5 chips to play with, but I'm hedging out this 10. Okay. 7s have whacked me so many times. This has saved me so many times. It's only beat me like once. Saved me many, many more times. Now, for those that dig their heels in the sand, hedge versus not, here's the beautiful thing. If you don't want to hedge, that is perfectly okay with this strategy. You're only going to use 5 chips anyway, right? If you hedge, you don't get beat, you're just going to move the 2 over in the rack. You're not putting them over in this pile. We're only using 5 here. Okay. But if you want to hedge, it's there for you. So now you can't be mad at me or whatever. Hedge, don't hedge. That's a you call. I'm gonna. But if you don't, just stick it over there in the rack. Okay. If you get hit on your lay, let's say let's say we rolled a 10 as a point and we lose our lay. Then everything I'm going to teach you is out the window for that particular shooter. You're going to take that 4. This is why I've got 7. And I'm going to put odds on that 10. Okay? So then when the 7 hits again, and more than likely it will, 2 10s in a row. Now you can get hurt. If you lose it and it hits 2 10s back to back, you lost a shooter. I won't need maybe this much or this much more to get back. I just won't. So I don't care. But more by large, the 7 will come. Then what happens is you win that one. Then you win your 200 that they stole from you there. So in essence, you end up still coming out with $100 to the good. All right. So let's put this back. There's my 7. Now let's just roll it out and we'll see what happens. All right. There's an 8. Now I'm done with this one. So I'm just going to put him in the rack. There's my shooters. And then I'm going to manage my rack. Okay. I'm always going to, what I'm trying to do, just so you know, there's 5 chips. I want 3 don'ts, 2 do's. But I always want to end on the comeback. And you'll see here in a second if the rolls will let me. So my first bet is going to be a comeback because I already have a don't. Let's even it out. This is a little bit of crappy. There's the 11. That helps. And you'll get 2s and 3s and lose it too, just like it just will. So I'll just put that over with the 2 that I saved. Okay, keep that there. Just see, just like that. So we'll just take this back out. Okay, I won't use that. That's just sort of a wash. Okay, there's a 5. All right, so now I have a do and a don't. Okay, now I'm going to come out of the don't. I want to get it don't heavy. Well, I want to see if I can get it don't heavy. Well, there's the 7. I'm not going to be able to make it. That'll pay that, and I'll lose that one. Okay, so we'll take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not uncommon. I went down a unit. Okay, so watch. I'm going to set this 6 over here. It's a broken shooter, right? I'm going to go into my second shooter. Start the process all over again. There's the 7. This lay just protected that. All right. There's a 2. I win that one. Now watch this. There's the win for that one. I'm going to take this, put it over here. This now has my 7 back, my shooter back. Now I'm still running the first shooter. Don't have a profit now yet. We'll see what happens here. But now that's why I laid it to the side. Got my shooter back. This is why you very rarely go past that second shooter. This is why you don't need 10 shooters. And by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't set this up right to start with. I was wondering why that looked all jacked. All right, so here we go. We're still trying to get a point. We got our shooter back. Life is good. There's a 9. Perfect. I don't need that 2. I'll have the dealer bring it down. And now I start out in the come. I've already got a don't. Okay, there's an 8. Okay, 1 do, 1 don't. Now I start my don't pass or don't come trek here. Okay, there's an 8. You got to love that. That comes down and gets paid. This comes to the don't. Well, now I have 2 don'ts. Well, I like that, but I got to have some do's. So I want my last chip to be in the com. Do this for a couple times, but I want the last one to be in the com. But this time I already have 2 don'ts. 1, 2. Let's see if we can even this out. And a 7 right now. It's another reason I like doing it this way, because right this second I got a don't and a don't. And if a 7 comes, I'm going to pick up 3. right here. Now, it ain't going to happen all the time, but it damn sure could. You got the chance for a pretty good win right here, doing all this the way I've done it. Okay. There's an 8. Unfortunately, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay. But I have a don't and a do. Well, even though I want a don't heavy, I want to end in the come. That's just what I want to do. So I need a little help now, which is fine. Okay, there's the 7. There was a little help. So you lose the 8, but the paid on the come, paid on the don't. You put this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm back to $100 profit. Now, I hear what you're saying. Wow, man, that's a lot of work to get to there. It is, or it can be. Sometimes the dice in your favor, and when you have the don't pass in the come and you have your don'ts, the 7 comes right when you want it, and you can end it there. Sometimes you got to fight. You know me, I'm going to let you see the good, bad, and the ugly. It's the way it is. But you notice, how many times have I always told you, it's not so important how much you win. What's the most important thing? How little you lose. And if people would get that right there in their freaking head, they would be such a better gambler. Okay. So now I've got all my shooters back and I'm up 100. Okay. And I don't know how long this video. Let me walk over here to the computer. It doesn't really tell me on. Yeah, it does. I've been doing 11:55. Okay. I'll do one more shooter, see what happens. Hopefully we can win. But it is a little battle back and forth. It just is. Hopefully I can get that 10 just to show you what happens. If it don't come when I get done, maybe I'll just make it happen. So anyway, the 10 does not bother me because what my backup plan for it is. All right, there's a 6. So this comes down. Started to come. Please give me the 7. I'll take the 7. Hey, that happens too. Versus the bad that's going to happen to you. The good happens at the same time. So in this case, we get the 7 and we get the don't pass. Okay, let's just stop. Take our 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looky here, boys and girls. There's my rack. There's my 300. Ken hits the door. All right. So I get to end the video now. So again, it's a little crappy, the Craps man. I want to give him credit because he got my brains going. And it's a little John with his Headless Horseman. It's not played totally like John. It's not played totally like Crappy, the Craps man. It's something that I've just been messing with for a few days, and I like it. So I'd love to hear from you. Now, if you're not a hedger, don't bitch at me because you don't have to do it. The 7 units are built in for you if you want, but if you don't, leave it over here. And if you leave it over here, you can always use that if you want to in some other phase. That's a you thing. So don't get mad at me and tell me, oh, laying the 10 sucks. You're going to win in the long or lose in the long run. Don't do that. You don't have to do it. I built that in. Okay. So just tell me what you think. Now, one last thing before I go. I thought I was going to leave. So there's your 5. Okay. You could theoretically just go opposite with that. You could go like so, get a point, come out of the don't because you already have a do. Okay. Then the don't. Okay. And then let's say now you do 2 do's. There, and end in the don't. But I don't like ending here because if the 7 comes, I lose over here. I like ending here. But you could have 3 do's and 2 don'ts. I like having 3 don'ts, 2 do's. Maybe you want 4 don'ts and 1 do. I don't know. when you're coming back out for that last time, you could get 1, 2, 3, 4 chips minus 1. You could get 3, or boom. You could have it 3 and 2. You can have it 2 and 3. You have it any way you want to. You have the choice. The way I did it is how I did it. And now, lastly, I've decided before I go, we already know I won $300. I've hit $300 7 times at least practicing this crap. But anyway, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my 7th. Let's say I do this and we're going to make the 10 happen. Uh-oh. Now, all that stuff is out the window right now. This is my recovery for getting hit. Technically, I could just go 2 down and bear it. That's another option. And just try to grind it back, which is nothing wrong with that. But me, yeah, come on, 2 10s, right? Now, of course, I didn't really roll a 10, so, and then I'm just going to go. And there's the 10. You would, then if that happens, you're just down. That did happen to me once. But that's technically my first 10. I mean, I'm not backpedaling. So now let's say I just got beat because I made the 10 happen. Now that's a real 10. I got to roll 2 10s in a row to lose. So now let's do it. There's the 7. That's what I wanted to happen. And then in that case, you lost 2. You pick up 1. You pick up the 2 that you lost, and you win 1. So that was really better since I did roll the 10. That was a loss. You see what I mean? I didn't cheat that one. It's just I imagined the 10 happening. And when that first 10 comes, that's really just the first 10. So that's how I want it to work. And that's how it has been working for me. But I think you get what I'm saying. So there's another win. That is called the Mutation. Let me know what you think. Now I'm going to see if I can get this on YouTube. We'll see. Hey, until the next time, you guys. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Oh, there I am. Until the next time, y'all. Be great. See ya.